let's just jump right in, shall we? The human resource profession has completely transformed. I mean, we all know we've moved far beyond the days of purely administrative functions, right? But today, HR is literally a vital strategic powerhouse driving organizational success. In this explainer, we're going to explore exactly how that massive shift is playing out and what you need to do to truly thrive in it. Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with the macro evolution of HR, then break down the 3 modern roles every professional has to balance. After that, we'll explore the new competencies for success, and finally, look at the absolute must-have micro-habits, things like time management and optimizing your meetings and email. All right, part 1, the evolution of HR. Historically, if you ask someone what HR did, the perception rarely went beyond payroll, policy enforcement, or, just updating employee files. But as we've seen, the modern workplace demands so much more than basic compliance. The big picture shift here is absolutely night and day. The old model of HR focused purely on service, control, and advice. Think answering questions from applicants, monitoring productivity, or guiding line managers on grievances. But this expanded, modern role, it demands an entirely different approach. We're pivoting to strategic, operational, and highly modernized administrative focuses. Which brings us right to part 2, HR's 3 modern roles. Today's HR professional is effectively doing 3 very different jobs at once. It's a constant, everyday juggling act. You're driving overarching strategy, you're managing daily operational needs directly alongside line managers, and yes, you're still efficiently handling the necessary administration. Let's talk about that strategic role for a second, because it's all about the future. HR is no longer just a back-end support function. It is a true business partner to senior management. This means you need to deeply understand market competition and economic trends. You're forecasting future skill needs, and you're fundamentally shaping workplace culture to hit those long-term goals. You're basically helping the organization prepare for change at a structural level. But you might be wondering, how on earth do you find the time to be strategic when you're buried under mountains of paperwork? Well, you modernize the administration. By relying heavily on HR information systems to automate records and compliance, and outsourcing non-core tasks like payroll, background checks, or medical exams to vendors, HR completely frees itself up to focus on actually growing the business. Moving into part 3, new competencies for success. According to the Human Resource Competency Study, stepping into this elevated role requires a really demanding, multifaceted skill set. You literally have to be a cultural steward shaping the workplace, a talent manager, a strategy architect recognizing business trends, a business ally who deeply gets the financial success factors, and an operational executor who can actually implement the policies. It's the whole shebang. But out of all of those, one competency absolutely stands out above the rest: becoming a credible activist. This means moving way beyond just basic HR knowledge. You have to bring a valuable, independent opinion to the table. And more importantly, you need the courage to actually challenge senior management's assumptions to drive the business forward. Okay, let's do a quick reality check. With all these heavy news, strategic responsibilities piled on top of operations and administration, how does one person handle it all without completely burning out? The writer Kenneth Patton once said, "By labor we can find food and water, but all of our labor will not find for us another hour." Time is completely finite. So how do we fix that? Part 4, time management best practices. Effective time management isn't about just working longer hours. It's about systems. You need concrete planning systems to break down huge tasks and realistic goals so you aren't overcommitting right out of the gate. You have to ruthlessly separate what is urgent from what's truly important. Build in some flexibility for those inevitable interruptions, and perhaps most crucially, you have to learn to say no professionally. That is exactly how you protect your work-life balance and ensure you still have time for family, health, and, yourself. And that leads us to our final section, Part 5, optimizing meetings and email. Protecting your time really starts with declining unnecessary gatherings. Seriously, this framework is going to be your new best friend. Only bring your team together when collaboration is genuinely needed, concrete decisions must be made, or vital information has to be shared interactively. If an email or a quick phone call will do the trick, or if the topic is just unclear and premature, avoid the meeting entirely. Now, when a meeting is absolutely necessary, enforce some strict boundaries. Always create an agenda with off-limit topics. Start strictly on time, Limit individual presentations to just 10 minutes to force some clarity, and never let the total meeting time drag beyond 90 minutes. 2 to 3 hours. Let that sink in. That is the staggering amount of productive work time that unmanaged emails devour every single day. I mean, if you are constantly reacting to a pinging inbox, deep strategic thinking is literally impossible. To combat this, you've got to batch your email checks. Try opening your inbox only at specified times during the day. By managing your communication proactively rather than reactively, you stop the constant interruptions. That's how you finally carve out those uninterrupted blocks of time needed for the high-level strategy we talked about earlier. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to ask yourself a tough question. Does your daily time management actually allow you to be a true strategic business partner? The evolution of HR is incredible, but you can only step into that powerful, modern role if you ruthlessly protect your time to do the work that truly matters.